and my wife was berating me not to stoop down to her level. I honestly thought it was a funny dad joke, and my son agrees. So am I the asshole?
The Dad Collective, that's the show. With two young dads to let you know the ups and downs, the highs and lows. The Dad Collective podcast, here we go. Here we go.
And we're back.
That after the amount of time that we've taken off from being in these seats, I would think you would be a little more energetic.
Man. I'm coming off
about the podcast.
I'm coming off the 10-day
solo
parenting. But before I tell you about that, I'm Daniel.
I'm Paul.
And this is
the Dad Collective podcast.
Oh, we definitely sound like dads with like jokes like that. Like pick a podcast.
Yeah.
We're still cool.
We're hippity hoppity guys.
It's funny because like we put in, I don't know if we ever talked about this, but we put in like with our new intro song for this season, we put in 2 young dads, and we were quickly reminded that we're not so young.
No, Jess tells me every day.
I put it in there ironically. I'm like 2 young dads, like cool dads or whatever. But yeah, I guess we're not. We're actually old dads.
We're a bunch of Peter Pan syndrome fellas.
Totally, except I kept a hold of my motherfucking shadow.
What? Oh yeah, he can't see his shadow.
No, he can see it. He just loses it.
That's a shame. It's like having a shadow is important these days. It is. It's basically 2 of you. So how was solo parenting for 10 days? Or should you, even before we get into that?
Yeah.
Should we talk about the nice little cool exciting news that we've got going on?
What?
We have our first.
Oh, you're going right into it.
Brand affiliate deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. This awesome little company called Our Little Treasures.
Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty cool.
I posted a photo of Asher in one of the jumpers.
Here it is.
These things, these garments are some of the softest baby clothes that I have ever put my hands on. But what's kind of cool about this is they've got a trade up program. So if you have a little thing that fits in your hand and you buy them, cool clothes, like we've talked about this, I want to dress my kid in the coolest clothes.
Yeah.
You're like, they grow really fucking fast. Asher's almost 10 months old and he's wearing 2T clothing.
Yeah, he's growing.
So
like
he's a big boy. This company has a trade up program. So you send the smaller size back to the company, to Our Little Treasures, and then you get 40% off.
That's smart.
It's phenomenal. I met with the owner. She is lovely.
But that's like a smart. Wow, you're really like putting it all out there.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a smart concept because I guess most people like with baby clothes, you hand them down to like hopefully like siblings or cousins or whatever, and that's how you quote unquote upcycle because they do grow so quick.
Exactly.
But a program where like a store that not only has like you felt it. It was super soft. It's super
awesome.
nice. I guess
Really
that's really why we like decided that this should be one of our first affiliates because we actually like saw the clothes, we saw the website, and then we ended up speaking with her, and she was amazing. But
they got these cute little pocket pals that clip into the pocket.
A pocket pal?
They're pocket pals. They're handmade.
You could have used that growing
ditties.
up. You needed a little pocket pal.
I needed a friend. I had an imaginary friend named Zardip.
He was your pocket pal.
He was.
He was just in your front pocket.
I don't remember what that guy looked like.
He was in your front pocket.
Anyways,
your front pocket.
Front pocket,
which is like close to your groin.
OurLittleTreasures.com. Use the code TDC10 and you save yourself 10%.
We got a code?
We have a code. We're official, guys.
Wow, that's
we
fun.
have made it. I've quit my job. So please buy these clothes. And use our code because it helps the podcast.
It helps
it's
triple.
Small business.
It helps the small business. It helps the podcast. It helps you because you get a discount.
And you get your kids being the coolest looking kids on the block.
Maybe we can try to squeeze into one for the next episode.
I'll do it. I'll do anything for the views.
You like skinny jeans.
So
this isn't a step.
Jeans.
This is not that far off.
This is actually a 2T pair of pants. They're Asher's pants. I just stretched them.
He grew out of them.
I just stretched them out. But TDC10, OurLittleTreasures.com. Check it out. Phenomenal stuff. We're going to drop their link in the bio. And if you're listening, just while you're driving, maybe pull over gently. Not too harsh because you don't want to scare people on the road. And just go to OurLittleTreasures.com and buy some stuff.
Do they have a jingle like OurLittleTreasures.com?
You want to do that again? I'll harmonize it.
OurLittleTreasures.com. Perfect.
was
There,
awesome.
now that's your jingle. It's
There it is.
official.
Yeah.
I wish I could be more excited, although it's very exciting. But I am, like you said, coming off 10 days.
How was
solo
that?
parenting?
Can you drop the baby name yet?
Yeah, Jamie's nephew, his new name is Charlie J.
After your dog?
Well, they never knew Charlie,
Well, they should have.
but they didn't.
Wow.
Charlie, and then middle name J-A-Y, so Charlie J.
You know what would have been funny if it was like Charlie Tango? Because like it was the
That's true. Like my name is
Charlie.
Charlie's like Charlie, C like Charlie, Tango, T like Tango.
I just think
and
of
then the
Tropic
rest.
Thunder every time I think of something like that.
Great movie.
So 10 days alone with the children.
Yeah.
How did that go? Your beard actually looks darker.
Yeah, I've got
You
like
scared
less
my
gray.
child.
Your baby
We'll get
was
into
very
that.
frightened. Yeah, we'll jump into that. It went honestly, like I'll be completely honest.
Complete 100% honest.
It went very well.
Liar.
Like, no, I'm like I'm not like bragging. I'm not saying this is what I'm such a good dad. It just was like, and I'll tell you why, and I'm interested to know if any audience members, anyone who's listening, has gone through this, because I think this is not just the case for dads, as it would be the same for moms, but I think that sometimes when you know that you're in the fire, like so you don't have anyone to depend on. It's like, oh, I'm not feeling like getting up. Jamie will do this, or like or she doesn't want to do something and I'll do that, right? You always hope that someone else will do something and
Yes.
and share that load.
It's like
But
when you talked about waiting for the diapers to be changed. and
Yeah,
never get
exactly,
changed, and we almost
exactly.
got canceled.
So it's almost like exactly. It's like when you know that you're the only one.
Yeah.
You fall. It becomes like a mindset in your mind that like I'm doing this, so like I'm already in it. So your brain kind of
You're like the lone survivor.
Yeah, like you got to do it, and
Yeah.
so that in combination with like just getting into a routine, because again, a lot of those days were school, and so just like knowing my routine of like when I'm gonna make the lunches, what's the easiest time to get their clothes ready. Like we got their outfits ready for the next day the night before.
But you're far more organized than Jamie anyways.
I don't know if I'm far more organized.
That's not what you say off camera.
No, like I don't know. I think like we have our own strengths from an organization standpoint.
Let's list her weaknesses.
Okay, she actually
She has weak ankles.
She has nankles. She has no ankles.
No ankles.
No ankles.
Just stumping shoe.
She goes from like calf to foot.
They call those cankles.
No, because that's when it melts into it. She actually has like.
Anyways.
So
what was the high point and the low point of the
10 days went again relatively well. Like I got into some really, really great routines about dinner and bedtime, right? Like if you don't have a plan, then yeah, it will be overwhelming. And also like my kids are relatively well behaved. So like I think that is a big part of it. Like
Yep.
I can imagine if like my girls were at an age where they were fighting like crazy, or one of my, if Atlas was like a troubled kid who would like smash shit whenever he got angry, like they're relatively pretty low key. So that made it easier. But, I had a little bit of support with, my parents and my sister a little bit here and there when I had to, like I worked one night, like I had to DJ one night.
Mm-hmm.
So all three of my kids slept at my mom's. And like the next day she's like, I can never do that again.
Really, was that tough?
It's just like, it's tough for her because it's like three kids who she doesn't have a routine with, and she's older.
What does Alan do in these situations? She's still just sitting in
he's
that office
not
on his
involved.
computer on Windows 98?
No, it's on a couch. But same concept. Laptops, right?
iPad?
No, he's actually just iPhone. He's an iPhone.
Oh, he's an iPhone
his whole
scroller?
life. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I got a little bit of help, but yeah, what was the high points? Like, I forget that. Were any low points? I'm trying to think. Like, there was a time like closer to the end where I was just like,
I wish we could just like pan to the house and everything's like on fire. Everyone's screaming.
It was pretty good.
You're like on the table. Like
at the end, it was like that. No, but I did things I never did. I haven't done in a while. I cooked some like fun dinners because I tried to do something different. I did like a lot of people do this, but like I did like an elevated make your home own taco night kind of thing. So I bought like hard shells and soft shells, and I had like a ton of toppings and like things I had to chop up, some things that were prepared, and I just like made like a big spread so they can have fun with it.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't usually do that stuff, so it was nice because I got to control everything. And
do you think you took anything from the solo parenting that you're going to integrate into your dual parenting?
It's a good question.
Like things that you improved on.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me think. I think like definitely trying to cook more, like myself
No more
whenever I'm home.
duffs.
Jamie made an amazing dinner last night. That was really good.
What'd she make?
She made like a kind of like, it was like an Asian, and they were like Asian inspired lettuce
Wraps?
taco wraps. So it
Okay.
was like this like chicken with all this good stuff in it. It just tasted really good.
Yeah, it's really descriptive. You should totally have a show on the food.
Yeah, we're going
real
after
good,
the.
real good stuff in there.
That's our
stuff.
next affiliate. It's gonna be a food sponsor because I
Yeah,
described it
HelloFresh.
so well.
Let's go.
But I want to get. I told you I want to get that underwear company.
Man-made.
Yeah, we need man-made. If you're listening,
have you worn them? Because I own 2 pairs.
and no, I want to know.
They're fantastic.
Like, yeah, I'm not.
They're fantastic.
Mine's,
We got to put together a deck. We got to do it properly.
No, if you just say it verbally, man-made, we want to work with you. Reach out. They're Canadian, no?
I think from Quebec.
So there you go.
We
We're
like
from
poutine.
Ontario.
We like good stuff.
I'll go to.
I'm going there on
Katz's Deli.
Thursday. I'm going Thursday to Montreal.
Or Schwartz. Which one is it? Schwartz's?
Schwartz's.
Yeah,
Katz's was here. We DJ'd their freaking parties.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, when
Schwartz's.
you're there on Monday, set up a meeting.
Thursday. Yeah,
Thursday,
I
set up a
will.
meeting.
I'll do it. I'll just show up like freaking before 4 and just start singing in the lobby.
Exactly. That's
For no reason.
That's the and they listen. They got signed. That's the energy we need to bring to this.
It's really funny because we were there's like a farmer's market at the park right down the street from my house.
That is
every
funny.
Saturday, and there's always like dads playing in the freaking sandbox with their kids, and just like you should all go tell them about your podcast. So I think we got to double down on this merch stuff. And I think we should make some like flyers to get the words out. Flyers. Like go old school. Go old
we
school.
can hand out our mixtapes, like our CDs.
Exactly. And
would you put your CD? Imagine putting an episode of your podcast on a CD. You got to
just
check
hand
this
it
out.
like cassette tape.
Or you go down to like New York City. You
that's
try
actually
to
a
sell
good
them
idea. Doing it in a cassette tape and just having like a.
As our promo in our promo boxes.
That's actually smart. I wonder if we can even get them.
Yeah, you can. I can get them.
I just want to go on a tangent that we're only going to care about. So I was listening to the Punchline podcast.
Yeah.
Because they have that band as Punchline. So Innovation Studios closed down.
Really?
Yeah, Mike sold it.
It was his house.
It would. Yeah. Well, I don't know if he actually lived there. But
I think yes, he lived there.
He didn't. He's the way that he was talking about it because he did one of the
Maybe
records.
it changed.
Very good podcast, and like Steve was a big part of our lives. The
He
singer of
was.
that band.
He was like a big brother at one point.
Yeah, so that's it was a really cool podcast. But anyway, so yeah,
So 10
you
days.
were solo parenting for 10 days, and I went through a lot of milestones. Got hit.
Yeah.
For me, I've learned how to tie my shoes.
I was going to say, you can read now.
I can read and write it in arithmetic, and I still can't do long division because
Well, the new
fucking
iOS
bed
18
mess.
update can do it for you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But so Asher is now crawling,
yeah.
and
I saw the gate was up.
yeah, so we finally got one of our gates fixed back up. But the way that we found out was he was playing on the floor, and I guess Jess turned around to go do something. Then she turned back around, and he was eating Chandler's dog food that was across the floor. So he crawled across the
Like
floor.
a dog, though?
Well, he was on his hands and knees.
But like,
just
was he
eating.
putting his face in the
Yeah,
bowl? Or
it was
he...
all over his face. And to preface, before you guys call CSA,
Yeah.
Children's Service,
Children.
whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's
You actually get
human-
in trouble if you don't know what it's called.
It's human grade food. My dog eats venison.
Nice.
Like venison steaks. So he was eating.
Of
and
course
Asher,
your
we've
dog
made
would.
venison for Asher before too, and he likes it.
Yeah.
But
How do
he
you
likes
make
everything.
a venison?
Well, you buy venison.
You got to braise it? You
No,
braise
we
the
just,
venison?
No, we didn't go that fancy. So he's crawling. He is fast as fuck.
Yeah.
That kid.
How old is he? 9 months?
He's 9.5 months. He's almost, yeah. He's 10
Crazy.
months. I showed you the invitation for his first birthday party.
Yeah.
Gonna make some tour passes for it too. It's gonna be pretty freaking cool.
Give me groupies there?
You don't get one, no.
No, I said groupies. I thought
Yeah,
you'd be
no,
groupies
I
there.
thought you're
Oh, I don't get him.
groupie. No, he's terrified of you.
No, there's baby
He comes
groupies.
over today, and Asher's eating dinner, which he's eating salmon, spinach, mashed sweet potato, and
like
hummus.
Popeye, yeah.
Yeah, he just eats all the foods.
All the
and
food
he
groups.
just starts screaming when he sees you.
Yeah.
It was weird, just because you haven't been here in a while. It's too busy, too cool to film the podcast.
That's 10 days of being alone makes it tricky.
It's
But
been like 2 weeks, I feel like, since we've sat down in here.
yeah,
Even
so
longer.
that's like 10 days. So like, 10 days of Jamie
Some
being gone
business
and then
days.
a couple of days.
Were you
in
happy to
between.
see her when she came home?
Of course.
Did you like leave right away? She came home and you're just
No,
like, fuck
I didn't.
this.
It was the day that we were going to do the podcast on Friday. And I'm like, okay, can we just do it Tuesday?
Oh, okay.
Because that was her first day home.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
fine.
it's
But
been
you
a
said
while.
you were sick, so you lied.
No,
That's
I
fine.
was.
I was puking.
No, I'm saying you can hear him getting over it. I was also not feeling well. Jamie also got sick too. She came back sick.
LA?
Yeah,
Maybe
like
she's
not in
pregnant.
LA. Once she got here, like the day, it was so funny because she was gone for like 10 days.
Yeah.
And then the day she gets back, she starts feeling awful. So I wake up the day after and like I'm back to solo parenting.
Again.
Like the day
It's
she
just
returns,
nonstop.
I'm like, oh, it's pretty convenient
Yeah.
that for 10 days in California you were at top health, and then you
health.
come home and all of a sudden you can't move and get out of bed.
My business partner Katya, she like posted something about like her kid all summer, like perfectly fine.
Yeah.
As soon as school starts, she's like, "Oh, can you check me for strep throat?"
That's what
and
Jamie
blah,
was
blah,
like.
blah.
She had like being reintroduced to the parenting job, like anxiety, I guess.
Did she enjoy traveling solo? Like, because it's so much easier.
I mean, I'm sure she won't admit it because that's what you do when you're married eventually. Like when one of you goes away and you're away from your kids, you can't pretend like you enjoyed it. Like you're like, I'm so relaxed.
No, but I'm just saying,
this is
like,
so amazing.
Blowing through airports is just so much easier.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, like, will she admit that it was an amazing time?
Jess
no,
and I are,
she probably did.
We're going on a solo trip for 2 nights.
Where?
To LA.
2 nights in LA?
Well, yeah. So we're going to, Sean is playing like this, like private concert thingy for, and we're going. So that's pretty fucking cool.
But why only 2 days though?
It's all like we really want to be away from Asher.
But no, what do you mean why? You say like it's as if that's the standard number. Why not 3 days?
Well, it's 2 nights, 3 days.
3 nights, 4 days.
It's too much.
That's the threshold. That's the line.
She feels comfortable with 2 nights.
Like she makes up her own rules.
She does.
Okay, well,
she's a lawyer. She can do it.
Damn it.
Yeah, she
just wrote it into law.
So that's gonna be fun. It's in October. And,
October what? You didn't clear that with our company, with HR, like
it's
the Dad
midweek.
Collective podcast.
It's midweek.
HR.
It's midweek.
Okay, well,
I'll just go promote it there. But we need promotional materials,
mixtapes.
And on that note, if you are listening right now, share this with a friend. Tell one of your friends right now about this fucking awesome pod. You don't need to be a dad. Most of our demographic
are babies, actually learning how to be
babies,
dads one day.
Become men.
Men in tights.
But yeah, so he's crawling now. He's got 2 little baby teeth. Teething is not fun.
No.
Not fun.
No,
also,
terrible.
What's not fun is when your babies, we're like, oh yeah, he's not in a routine. Asher's in a fucking routine. And he went to bed an hour earlier than normal, 45 minutes earlier than normal. And he was up an hour earlier.
That's not directly correlated, though. You know that, right? Like,
no, I just said even last night she jinxed it.
Yeah, when you keep your babies up even later, they wake up earlier. Like it's a weird thing. Like when you have a baby,
he's been such a good sleeper though. Like he sleeps till like 8 to 8:30
every month. Like it changes every day.
The problem with me,
how
and
is that 9 months? He won't be at like at 12 months. It'll be different.
Jess and I are very different this way. Like she can like if he wakes up at like 4 a.m, goes in, like puts a boob in his face, she gets a little bit of a drink, goes back to sleep. She goes back to bed and goes like right to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm up. I can't go back to sleep. Like the interrupted sleep for me is like, it's killing me.
Yeah.
I am so tired. Like
it's tricky.
It's hard, man. My brain's not wired to do it. I don't know how people do it. I don't think
anyone's wired to do it.
Some people can, man.
Yeah, you can, but nobody wants to.
Well, obviously no one wants to be woken up 4 or 5 times.
But again, it becomes such, honestly, like ancient history soon enough because you don't remember it. Like
I remember it.
No, you don't. Think of the things like that you had to overcome when he was like 3 months or 4 months, whatever. Like
I am scarred.
No, you're not. Because you're still in it. You're not out of it. You remember it because you're still in the pond. You haven't left the pond yet. As soon as you leave the pond of this year,
I'm on a tadpole.
Yeah, you're a tadpole just swimming around.
Those little leaf thingies.
Oh, those are called leaves.
No,
they're called lily pads.
Lily pad from Frogger, remember?
Yeah, of course.
Fucking Seinfeld. Great episode of Seinfeld.
Great episode. So it will all become a disability. Like again, I told you, remember when Atlas was in the hospital for a bunch of days and like we didn't sleep and Jamie was. That seems like a million years ago. It's like I don't even remember it.
I don't know how. We'll get to the point. Like I don't know how I would be able to stay strong in those moments. Because like seeing like
you don't know until you're in it.
Like how were you feeling
scary.
when that happened?
Scary.
Why was he in that? Why was he?
He was there.
He had scurvy?
No, he didn't have scurvy. We discussed that, and I think in episode 1 that's gone.
Yeah.
He was not keeping things down, and so because
liquids
of that,
and food.
Yeah, liquids and food, and then because of that, he was already very small, and then he became dehydrated. And once you become dehydrated, that's when you have to go to the hospital because you need like IV. So it took him like 3 days to like
How old was he?
get back. That's what I'm saying. It seems like a million years ago. I don't even know. He must have been like a year and a half.
But so was he talking?
Yeah, ish. Yeah. Like he was saying words, not as well as he is now, but
like how? Because that was like probably the first serious thing that's happened for him.
Yeah.
Right. So
besides his breasts.
Like how did that? How did you like deal with that? Like just mentally.
It was. I guess okay, so he's our 3rd kid. So like Jamie was in the hospital with him, sleeping there.
Yeah.
I was taking care of our other 2 kids. So like
did they know what was going on?
it wasn't serious, right? No, there was no sense of urgency. It's like,
Okay.
this is what we need to do. We
But
knew
you needed
that,
to figure out what was going on.
yeah, like they knew pretty quickly what was going on and how to rectify it.
Oh, okay.
It's just like he needed to be in there on IV and stuff, and he'll be back.
And like observe it and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't remember how I dealt with it. Obviously, it's always scary when
Did you cry?
anything your kids.
You're not a
no,
crier.
I didn't cry.
You're not crying.
Jamie didn't cry either, though.
Really?
No,
Oh,
I don't think so.
hardened assholes.
We cry like more like you said, like when you're overtired and everything's overwhelming, but eventually you get into
When
these
you're watching
routines.
like a commercial or the wind blows in the weird way, and
Yeah,
just
and
start
just a
crying.
leaf
Just
is
sitting in your car and
going down the street,
a song comes on.
lying on a lily pad.
You see a video on TikTok about a dog.
Do I cry or is that you?
What?
You're just describing
no,
you.
Me? No.
You earlier today.
What are you talking about?
Okay, well, if you
Bob
think
Saget.
if you think you have it bad,
Oh, here we go.
I got some stories that could be bad. And so it's funny. A lot of the funniest things I enjoy, I'll be completely transparent on the internet, as I love watching these little video clips of like, am I the asshole stories?
Okay.
Which are like, yeah, you know what they are. But for those of you out there that don't know, it's like different stories that people write in, mostly on Reddit and things like that, of like situations, like crazy or funny or whatever situations they've got themselves into, or serious sometimes. And they're asking the audience, like, am I the asshole in this situation, or is it the other person's fault? So what I did do is I did a little bit of a deep dive into trying to find some like, am I the asshole kind of great stories, more specifically around like anything in like the family unit. So it could be like about parents, like about kids, it could be about cousins or other family members. But I tried to find ones that related to the, children's or adult or family experiences.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to.
I'll
hear
read them
this.
to you. We'll go through a bunch and let's discuss it and
Let's
again,
do it.
in full transparency.
Sorry, I'm just texting my buddy Dan Kerr. He just called me.
It's okay. You didn't need to say his name.
I'm
He needed the shout out.
He needed the shout out.
Is he
Dan.
famous?
He's a pretty famous guy.
So that's why you fucking
Handsome
said his,
guy.
That's why you said his
Handsome
name.
guy.
Because you wanted that clout.
I'm chasing the clout down. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, I'll wait till you're done messaging Dan Kerr. What's his name? I already forgot.
After.
I didn't even
My
care.
buddy from Vancouver. Okay. Go
I
ahead.
didn't need to know where he lives. Now everyone out there knows his name and
I
know
just
where he
doxed
lives.
him. I doxed you.
Yeah, you're out.
You're
You've
out.
been outed.
All right.
Okay, so family related. So I haven't read these all in very vivid detail, so I'm going to read them live. Let's discuss. Here we
You
go.
saw the title and you're like, all right, this sounds all right.
Yeah, it's exactly more
Okay,
or less.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wait, so are we going to discuss or am I going to say you're the asshole?
No. Like you can start with you're the asshole or you're not, but then we can discuss what we might do in this situation. Okay, here we go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's
go.
just start with this one. This one might be a
right.
soft one. My stepdaughter was about a year old when I married her mother. Okay. My stepdaughter's father died before she was born. I adopted her. She is currently 15 and she's rebelling about almost everything. She did something bad, so while picking her up, I set up a punishment for her. Then she said, "You're not my dad. I don't have to follow you." Okay.
Oof.
Honestly, I got a bit hurt from that, but I understand that she didn't mean it at all, and that she's probably and she'll probably change. I just replied, "I'm still your legal guardian for the next 3 years, and as long as you're in my house, you have to follow my rules." That happened about 2 days ago. Okay. So our family was going grocery shopping when my stepdaughter said, "I'm hungry, I need food." And I decided to be extremely cheeky and say, "Hi, hungry, I'm not your dad."
Oh,
My son started to laugh uncontrollably. My daughter was just quiet with embarrassment, and my wife was berating me not to stoop down to her level. I honestly thought it was a funny dad joke, and my son agrees. So am I the asshole?
no.
You think that would be an appropriate joke?
I don't think so.
So then he is the asshole.
No, I'm like, that's I thought you said inappropriate.
No, appropriate.
No, I don't think he's the asshole at all. I think
So-
that's kind of funny. She was mean. He made
Yeah.
a dad joke about it. That is like a classic dad joke. If you can't take a dad joke, you
I
need to
guess-
seek therapy.
Yeah, and I'll say that like her age being 15, that kind of joke, yeah, I think can fly because like,
Yeah.
again, if like a 6-year-old said it,
That's
because
very
they're angry, it's
different.
very different. So I guess at the end of the
I
day,
think-
it's down to the dynamic of the relationship.
That's
Like,
like-
do they joke have they joked about this kind of stuff before?
Well, we don't know
We don't
their
know.
relationship.
So not knowing it would kind of like define whether he's the asshole or not.
No, I don't
But I
think-
think overall that's pretty harmless.
I feel like the freaking snowflakes in the comments are saying he's an asshole.
Maybe.
Yeah, snowflakes. But
It
no.
also depends on the
Have-
tone because I said,
like, I'm pretty sure my parents have used that joke before.
but he's not really her dad. Do you
No, I'm
understand
saying
the
like,
joke?
"Hi, hungry. I'm blah blah."
Yeah,
blah.
but the whole kind of kick or stab is I'm not your dad.
I know. I think it's hilarious.
So it's funny,
Yeah.
but he really is not her biological dad, but he's raised her since birth.
He also didn't like preference if she asked him to make her like a sandwich or something.
Yeah, they were in the grocery store, so not asking her to make a sandwich. They were
Well, like
shopping.
maybe buy an ingredient.
Buy something. But it's funny because as I read it, it depends on how he said it, right?
Yeah.
Hi, hungry, I'm not your dad. So it could be like, hi, hungry, I'm not your dad.
Yeah.
Funny. Hi, hungry, I'm not your dad.
Yeah.
Not so funny.
Yeah.
Depends on how he says it.
I still think that's pretty
Right?
funny.
Okay, so that
That's
one's
pretty
an
good
easy
acting.
one.
Yeah, he's not the asshole. Check
All right,
that
next
out.
one.
Ding, ding, ding.
My family and I have moved states. So it takes place in the United States of America.
God bless him.
It has been a hard move, especially for my oldest daughter, Caddy. She's in the 6th grade.
It's a stupid name.
It could be Katie.
Okay. I just don't know how to read well.
It's possible. I've never seen Katie spelled like that.
Okay.
But, there's a first for everything. So are the parents the asshole for naming her Caddy? Yeah. The area school district has a Facebook account that parents are part of. I introduced myself on there a while ago. We put Katie on the cross-country team, and she's been making friends over the summer. I got a message from a parent last week asking to meet up. They spelled that wrong, and let the kids meet. They would be in the same grade, and I thought it would be a good opportunity. We went yesterday at a local pool. I met Mel. Okay, there's a lot of names in here. I feel like this is not a good one to do. I'm gonna skip this one.
Wow, maybe you should have done your homework.
Not me, but whatever. This one you're gonna like.
I like it already.
Tell me, am I the asshole for this?
Okay.
Okay, that wasn't good.
Wow.
We had a family dinner this evening. My family is 4 kids in total. Me, my elder sister, who's 29, my youngest sister, who's 24, and my youngest brother is 22. Okay, so relatively like
is this a male or female reading this one?
She doesn't say who she is yet or who he is.
Okay.
Well, we'll find out. Extended family attended our family dinner too. So all of our significant others, our cousins, aunts, and uncles were there. During the dinner, my elder sister and youngest brother got into a mild disagreement.
Okay.
My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across very aggressive out of frustration and losing said argument. Okay.
Interesting.
The two of them were too absorbed in their argument to realize the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually, my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up. I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin."
What?
My brother made any personal attacks up. Sorry, my brother hadn't made any personal attacks up to that point.
Oh, here we go.
It was completely
Unleash the dragon.
It was completely unprovoked.
Unleash it.
I think it might have been the alcohol, as my sister is a mean drunk. Anyway, I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself. She replied by saying everyone knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me. So as my brother definitely has confidence issues and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college, and that since everyone in the family knows this, it's not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this.
Oh, okay.
Amazingly, I genuinely assumed he must have known. He left the party angrily, saying that my sister misled him about her past. The family is blaming me for their marital problems. I refuse to accept that I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone, and all I did was give her a taste of her own medicine. Is she the asshole?
Yeah.
Right? Stay out of it.
Yeah, stay out of it. That's a little slut-shamey too.
Well, she was giving her the opposite punch. She said, virgin shaming, right? You're a virgin, blah, blah. So she went to the extreme, and she wasn't slut shaming. She was saying at least she didn't do this.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe she was, but
it's a little bit of a slut shame. Like it's negative. It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
It's just negative. Both of them are negative.
Yeah,
Both of them are
stay out of
bullied.
it. The whole virgin thing. That was like, well, you dumb virgin.
Yeah, that's very like
Ladies.
1980s.
Yeah. Are there any virgins left?
No,
No.
You're born not a virgin.
Yeah. I'm getting the worst foot cramp. It sucks.
So I think
I would say, yeah, you're the asshole there, dude.
Yeah, because for that, she doesn't need to
get
involved, but also like, you can't fight back with fire. Fire doesn't kill fire.
No, unless you're playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, then you need to
then
do.
You got a
magic
dragon
spell.
of the 4th level.
All right, you want to hear another one?
One more, last one.
All right. Let's find a good one then. That one's funny. Okay. what would you do before I jump to this one, if you were the dad at that table hearing that, how would you react?
Just laugh.
You're gonna laugh at your daughter fucking 100 dudes in college?
Yeah.
You're gonna laugh
No,
at that?
I don't know. I've got a son.
Okay.
I don't know. It's that's also probably not true. So
You think it's an exaggeration?
well, obviously it's an exaggeration. There's 4 years of college. There's 12 years.
No, she's a
12
doctor. She could have been there for 12 years.
Yeah, it's there. We need some context here.
When she was like a respirologist
Then
or a cardiologist
or like yeah, it's a
or
lot
any of
it's
the
a lot of school.
audiologists.
Well, he
Here we
didn't
go.
specify post grad.
No, they didn't. But I don't think that's the point. I think as a dad to hear that, it's again thinking of daughters. Like it would probably like I'd be.
I would
mad.
just go up to my room and put on Seinfeld.
No, but I'd be mad at that kid as well, not just like
You gotta be mad at everyone.
I'm gonna be mad at everyone.
I would just ground everyone. You're all grounded.
Get out of my house.
You're all grounded.
Okay, my wife, 31
My
female.
wife?
So this
How
is
can you read my wife and not say it in the Borat voice?
because I'm a professional.
Well, okay.
My wife, 31 female,
Oh, my foot cramp.
and her family, okay, my in-laws, had a 5-day long family vacation in July. It was in an Airbnb that everyone, my wife, her siblings, their spouses, and her parents stayed in. I, 34 male, happened to have a work trip the same week as the vacation, but it was only 2 days long. So technically, I could have gone for the last few days of the vacation.
Okay.
Here's the thing about my wife's family. They're very rowdy. They yell to communicate, get drunk together often, have no respect for each other's privacy, and ask very invasive questions.
Okay.
There have been times when I've asked my wife if I can skip family reunions and birthday parties, but she gets very mad at me and says it would be super rude to avoid her family.
Okay.
Okay? So when I found out about my out-of-state work trip was the
I
same
know
week
where
as the
this is
family
going.
vacation, I decided to fib to my wife a bit. I told my wife my life
There it is.
that my work trip was 4 days long and that it wouldn't make sense for me to travel to an Airbnb to stay for only 1 day. My wife agreed to this. So I went on the work trip, enjoyed a few days of peace and quiet at our house while my wife enjoyed the vacation with her family. A few weeks went by and I was having some coworkers over for drinks, and my wife came home from work early and started chatting with one of my coworkers. She told him about the wonderful vacation she had with her family a few weeks ago, and my coworkers asked me why I didn't join. I told them that my vacation was during our trip. My coworkers then said our trip was only 2 days long.
Oh, no.
So why didn't I catch the end of the family vacation?
Rat it out.
Ratted. After my coworkers left, my wife started yelling at me, saying I was a major asshole. She called her parents, and they sent me angry messages saying they couldn't believe I lied to my wife to avoid a vacation with them.
Oh, my foot
So
cramp.
whatever. It's like,
Yeah, he's the
Ada,
asshole.
Am
You
I
lied to
the
your
asshole
wife.
for lying to my wife?
1,000%. 1,000%.
Yeah, I mean, so I see a few assholes in this scenario. I see he's an asshole because he had to lie, like lying, right? And the question is why did he feel the need to lie? And like what I see is more of a troublesome issue here is that he can't have an honest conversation about his wife about like, you know what, I'm going away for 2 days for work. I'd like to come back and just rest. You know, my personality is I don't like to get rowdy and drunk and whatever. I go to all the other family things. Can I skip this one? And hopefully she would be understanding enough, unless there's some sort of special occasion of, give him the time off, right? I would do the same. Again, Jamie wants to go for 10 days. No problem. Like, you got to give a little to get a little. So, like, she's a bit of an asshole, but, like,
but it's also
there's
how
no
you
excuse
approach the
for lying,
situation.
right?
Yeah. You don't lie to your wife. Like, you're assuming, and I would assume they're married. They've been together for quite a long time.
Well, he knows how
he
she's going to
knows
react.
exactly, right?
So that's why he had to lie.
But it's just like, you don't lie like something like that. Like, be honest, like, and it's just
It's probably like it's also a safety issue too, right? Like that's what I think of. It's like she thinks you're in this state or this whatever, and then something happens
and then like,
to you.
what are you really doing out there?
Yeah, what's really going on?
What's really going on there? Like,
But,
why aren't you comfortable being with your wife and like,
and her family?
well, not that. It's just like, I don't know. That's rude. Yeah, you're the asshole, dude.
It's rude.
It's rude. Lying to your spouse, like even like little white lies.
You think little white lie? Sometimes you got a little white lie.
Like what have you white lied about?
I think you're lying to yourself if you say that you never tell little white lies, and sometimes it's for their own sake, right? Like
No, I'm fairly open with Jess.
Okay, but so if she here's an example. She
Let's
goes
hear it.
out for the night. Okay, you're at home with your little babes. What's his name again? Asher.
Asher, yeah,
Okay,
that would
good
be
name. Good name.
Yeah.
and he's like, he's not being a good baby, right? He's not being an easy baby. Maybe the night's tough. Maybe he's not eating so well. Maybe he's whatever. And she calls. She's like, how are things going? She's out. She's enjoying her night.
That's different.
You're supposed to say like, yeah, things are good, or everything's great. Maybe there's a little issue, right? Things are great because you can handle it. And telling her that doesn't help her.
I love that you think that she's not always watching me.
Okay, but
she's always watching.
Forget if you even had cameras. So I'm saying that's a general situation.
That's a different.
That's a white lie. That's a fib.
It's
a fib.
Are we allowed to say white lie anymore?
Yeah. What is it? It's a gender neutral lie.
That's different.
But that's different based on what? That's your line.
Because like you don't want her to come home.
But that's a lie.
That's not like
you don't want her. No, she may not come home. You just don't want to ruin her.
If you're like, oh, you won't shut up, I'm gonna flush his head down the toilet. She would be home.
Okay, but that's not a lie.
But it is. You're protecting like her time because you want her to be out.
So I understand the motivation. But
I think that's a very different thing. I think if like
a lie's a lie,
you're just like, oh, can you watch Asher today? And be like, oh fuck no, like I've got showings.
That's not a bad one.
But like that's bad.
But that's still. It's bad. That's okay. That's a bad.
I think
example.
the first one is a good lie. There's good lies and there's bad lies.
But there's lies.
How do you?
There's big coincidences and little coincidences.
How do you explain that to your kids? Because
explain what? Why I lied to their mom?
No, like not to lie. Like how not?
I think the first time that you get into a conversation about lying is when they've lied for the first time.
What was like the first lie that Joey did?
She said she liked this podcast.
Oh God. She does like the podcast.
That was her first lie. First lie. I don't know. I don't remember. Like they're so small at first, right? Like
has she ever said anything that just shocked you? Like how did you even think of that?
Everything she says shocks me.
Let's go into
everything Sunny.
I was just gonna say we haven't heard a Sunny story.
I heard such a good Sunny story, and now I can't remember it. What was it?
God,
I had a story. Oh well, I actually have a Joey story because I think of the Sunny one because I don't tell enough Joey ones.
No.
Joey was at school. This story happened today.
Wow.
Joey was at school today, and she, it's Terry Fox month or whatever. Like, there's lots of Terry Fox stuff.
I was just gonna say, is it the jump rope for Terry Fox?
No, it's the running for Terry Fox. He could have jumped.
Yeah, it's true.
Right, he ran. He ran. Jumped. You don't even know our Canadian hero. So it's all Terry Fox kind of stuff, ramping up to the walk or whatever, or the run. And they watch, I guess, the video about Terry Fox. They're probably the same video we watched back in like elementary school. And one part of the video, there's a conversation where they're saying like an elbow hurt, and it eventually turned out to be like the start of cancer, something like that. And so like, Joey an hour later or something calls home.
She's like, her elbow hurts?
No, she's like, Mama, I don't feel well, whatever. Can you come get me? So Jamie picked her up. She went home, and she saw that Joey was like visibly upset. And she's like, Joey, what's wrong? Like, I know you feel fine. What's wrong? She goes, we watched Terry Fox, whatever, and the elbow and cancer, and like my shoulder's hurting. And I hope I don't have shoulder cancer.
Oh.
And Jamie's like, oh no, you don't, sweetie. And like they ended up going on to the internet to look up like the
why
listen,
of shoulder cancer.
No, you idiot.
Okay.
The opposite. Why a kid's shoulder may hurt.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to show pictures. Look at this. Like, do you have this? No, it was like why a kid. And she had cross country today, and her shoulder was hurting, and the reason why, according to the internet, and why she felt good about it after, is that like if you don't stretch or if you don't have great posture when you're running, that will affect like some shoulder pains. And
then you become a hunchback. You look like this.
And then look at this back here. And she went right back to school.
So two things.
Go ahead.
One. That's a second mention of cross country in this podcast.
Was the last one?
In the Am I the Asshole? What the fuck is cross country?
Cross country, you don't remember because you weren't very sporty.
1,000% I never did cross country.
Cross country is like a thing you sign up for. Yeah, for like hills? Running.
You just run?
It's like I think it leads up to like track and field or you run. That's exactly what you do. And then in October they're gonna go to a school and they're all gonna run together
through the forest.
They run through the forest.
Forage the forest.
Yeah, they forage and they gather.
Frolic and they frolic. And then number two, what's the threshold of picking up a sick kid from school? She seemed like she went right away. She was before the phone was hung up. She was outside of the school.
It depends on where we are. So if I'm home and I think that she might be sick, whatever. But I can tell when she's lying because Joey calls home a lot. She called home. Yeah, like I had a talk with the school secretary because Joey kept on coming in and wanting to call home about different things. She
About,
just
like,
likes
what?
to. She wanted to call home the other day because
I
she
never did
didn't
that.
know when who was going to be picking her up. But someone always picks her up. Like she's looking for excuses to
Is
go
it
down.
like a separation anxiety kind of thing?
No, I think she does it. 'Cause the thing is, like, she brings a whole group of friends with her. So I think she does it as a game to like make it look like that she can always get on the phone.
That's
So like all her friends are like there and they're watching her.
it's just
like
a gaggle of children.
Yeah.
And she's picking up the
she's
phone.
just bringing in like a gang.
She's like, shh, guys, shh.
Here we go,
Shh. What should I say
Watch.
this time?
Miss Carmichael. I need the phone. My pants ripped. Like everyone's like, yeah, fuck. She got to the phone. I don't know. So I
But
have
what's
to have
the
a
threshold to
conversation with
picking her up?
What does the threshold mean? I know what the word threshold means, but what do you mean? Like how sick does she have to be?
Like, yeah, how do you gauge it? Like, why today?
The tone of her voice. She picked because she sounded sad.
She's an
sounded
actor.
down.
Your daughter is an actor.
But we know when she's
She is a
acting.
thespian.
We know when she's not. When she's being.
The black lung, Dad.
Yeah,
The black
exactly.
lung
We
got
know
me.
when it's real, when it's not. We can see through. We're still her parents.
I don't think so. I think she's
I
got you
guarantee
fooled.
you, like,
she has got
you know,
you duped.
Whatever. Like
You are duped.
best actors in the world. Their parents can be like, that fucker's lying. Like
Oh,
he's
you
acting.
think like
Parents
Robin
know.
Williams' parents?
Yeah,
were
they're like, that's whatever.
he's not fucking Peter Pan.
Meryl Streep's mom is like, that was horrible. You acted like yourself. I knew you were lying the whole time.
Like, geez, because like you're raising a liar essentially.
Which
she's
one?
lying for a living.
Yeah,
Acting is lying.
strong word. Sometimes lying's okay. The internet,
It's
you lie
rendering.
too. Don't
It's
act like
rendering.
you're putting out a persona like you are this angel.
I am
You
a
are for
fucking-
sure a liar.
I am not.
You have
I'm not a
lied.
thespian.
Yeah.
I am 100% honest.
Nope,
I know when you're
true.
not going to upload an episode.
Not true.
He's like, oh yeah, no problem. My kids are going to put solo parenting. No problem. Yeah, I'll do it.
Can't wait till you
Still,
have 3
just
kids.
we're not having 3 kids.
Yes, you are.
I gave myself
Even
a
if I have to
C-section.
get them yourself. That's not how it
I
works.
just lit my balls on fire. Great balls of fire.
That's where the song came from.
I fucking love that movie. But yeah, so your kids are liars, so that's cool. She has shoulder cancer. That's awesome. And,
Yeah, that's wonderful. So
no funny Sunny story. Like what happened here?
Sunny-
The audience wants to know.
10 days, man. So many funny stories. That's why it's just like all like.
How did the
exploded into my
Walmart
brain.
shoot go with Atlas? Did you do
Went
that?
well. Yeah. Did I show a picture?
You haven't seen it yet. Are
Did
you
I,
allowed to?
oh,
No.
yeah, I can show. No, I can't show
You
one
can't
yet.
show it. No.
Oh, that's right. So many things. And Sunny had an audition too.
What did Sunny audition for?
Okay, so let's go to Atlas first. So
Okay.
Atlas went to this. It was the best gig anyone can ever get. We went down to the place for the shoe. It was pretty close. It wasn't super far.
It was like Thornhill area?
No, it wasn't Thornhill, but it was where was it? It's like I forget. I honestly can't even remember. But it was not super far. It was like North York area, I think maybe.
Sure.
Like where Walmart is. Anyways, we went. We walked in. There were 2 people there, like really, really nice. Like there's a front desk and whatever. There's 2 people there in the studio. And they're like, here's his costume. And they're talking to him. He's got this little chicken costume, just a chicken. And I took him into the change room. I
Yeah.
dressed him like chicken. He walked out. He did a bunch of things they told him to, like 10 minutes, maybe 15 max, 10 minutes probably of
Here's
like
it,
shooting. And we were back in the car. And he got paid for 2 hours of work. So I think he made like $350 in 10 minutes.
So you made $350?
No, because they have each have their own accounts.
Management fee.
Yeah, well, after the management
Was
fee,
there
the
like craft
agency
services?
fee. There was not. No, there
No
was. Yeah,
craft-
they had they had a little mini
You-
table like of candies and snacks and
Any good
treats.
Do they have Uncrustables?
I filled my pockets with gummies,
What kind of gummies?
weed gummies. It was a really
Did
crazy
you
shoot.
line your pockets with plastic first?
The gummy
Clam
Venus de
chowder.
Milo.
There was some clam chowder. Just opened my pants, poured it in, saved that for
it's,
later.
It's the food was
Was
pretty
that his
decent.
first shoot?
I don't know. He had one before this.
Okay.
And then Sunny got a callback
Nice.
for an audition that she never auditioned for. They just liked her look.
Okay.
It's for a commercial. And this was interesting because we went to this place and they were bringing in families, like people
Like
that they
actual-
created a family.
And you're like, this is my moment. I
No.
am ready to shine.
No,
or there was
not-
like a actor
Yes,
Daniel.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So they were casting for the role of a family.
Was he white?
And they had, I'll tell you.
Okay.
That's
Sorry.
all right. I'll
Sorry, I'm
feed you.
just getting in.
There's a dad. There's the kid, Sonny. There's three other siblings. So there's like 4 siblings.
4 siblings.
3 siblings total, different ages. So
That's
it's like
ambitious.
one 12-year-old, like one like 8-year-old, and one like 6-year-old or whatever. And they group these people in families. And yeah, it's like here's all the white kids. And here's the white family. Here's the black family.
Oh, wow.
Here's the Asian family. Like they had all these families. And I'm like, I mean, this is great, but
What
it was
about,
just
like, the-
interesting that like it almost felt wrong, but it's not wrong.
Yeah,
but
I
it
get
felt
you. I got
wrong,
you. I
right?
got
Like
you.
they
It's
were
a
all
fine line.
they were all kind of whatever, and then you do these auditions, right? And if one person they don't like, then they don't like, then you can't have any of them, right? Because you can't like mix and match, because that's not how they set it up. They set up family
That
members.
sounds very racist.
It sounds racist, right?
Yeah.
And it felt
Racist.
it felt off, just being segregated into these groups while you waited.
What did Sonny's dad look like?
He looked old. I think he's
Like
the reason why she
Bizarro.
didn't get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he looked too old to be her dad.
Why didn't they just recast him?
That's because maybe it's, I don't know.
You know what it probably
Who knows?
is?
Maybe it just wasn't easy.
They had a family in mind, but they had to bring all the other families in to make it look.
Who knows
legit.
the motivation? I don't know why.
What's your motivation?
Yeah, right? Like it could just be they just want to see whatever looks good on camera. It could be very normal.
Any news
but
from the zombie movie?
No, I don't
We're
know.
waiting.
It's still not. It wouldn't be
I'm
till November. But I did have a conversation today about Joey going to sleepover camp.
Again, this is the
So
freaking,
right now, like
this is
she's
the elephant
likely
in the
going to
room.
go
Oh,
for
no.
3 to 4 weeks.
What if Norbert's watching this?
He won't be?
He's still.
No, we'll
I'm the
let
one
him
that-
know. No.
I'm the one that got away. Come
It's
on.
very honestly. So I had the conversation with this amazing camp.
What camp?
I don't want to get into the deal because I don't know if this deal is just for me or for like. It's not a deal. It's like they're going to be very flexible if with Joey. So for example, if she lands something before she goes and we can't have to back out last minute, that we get refund, no problem. So don't need to worry about that. And if she gets an audition while she's there, not only do they have some people out there that can help her with it if she needs to film there because they have a whole video production team.
Yeah.
But if it's big enough, I can go up no problem and just go film it.
It's not far away. It's what,
It's
2
pretty
hours?
far. It's 3 hours. So yeah, we think
How
she's
do you
gonna
feel
go.
about that?
I would love for her to go. It's very
And then
expensive.
just kind of like
Just like
shove Atlas and Sunny there too, and have the summer.
Eventually,
the
listen.
summer of Daniel.
If I was in a financial position to have 3 kids at camp for 2 months, not only do I think it's beneficial for them, but I think it's beneficial for me.
Did they discount
us.
multiple kids?
Yeah, of course.
No, 100%. It's then you kind of like get your life back. Like my whole algorithm's like parenting
independence.
shit.
Independence for them too. Like the kids grow up so well at camp. Like they a lot of, you know what I mean? Like you learn so many amazing skills from a camping experience that like, I
You
think
learn how to make s'mores. And
you
I
learn
fucking love
independence. You
s'mores.
make your beds. You feed yourself. You clean. You do shit on your own that you otherwise wouldn't do. Like Sunny could go if she wanted to for like 2 weeks.
Why not try it?
Because I think we're gonna do it in phases, right? Let's see if Joey likes it.
I can't wait to the day that Joey and Sunny are both at camp and you just have Atlas and you're like, wow, one child. This is a dream.
Yeah.
But like your kids are going to go to camp. Sunny and Joey are going to be away. Atlas is going to be home. And you're like, wow, one kid. Where did I fuck up?
What do you mean?
Because it's just so much easier.
No.
You'll
Yeah, I mean,
see.
yes, of course. I know that even when I have 2 kids home alone, it's easier. But so what? I don't like things easy.
So which one are you getting
I
rid
like
of?
tough. I like being pushed to my limits.
That's
In
sadistic.
work, in thing. No, it's not sadistic. I like doing shit.
So
I
have
feel,
2 more. Go ahead. Do it.
I would have 2 more.
So do
I
it.
just feel like I'm A, too old, and B, it's too expensive.
But is it really that much
So
more?
it's very expensive when they start doing this shit. If all 3 of my kids wanted to go to camp, I'd be
Yeah.
spending $50,000
Yeah, like
on 2 months.
Asher on there's like a kiddie gym thing that Jess is taking to him now on Thursdays, and he's got swimming on Saturdays. We just saw we have a nanny starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a
Exactly.
lot. Yeah, it is a lot.
And it gets more expensive as they get older because the programs are more expensive. Like Sunny did like a $2,000 art class. That's a
Yeah,
lot
you
for a
mentioned
year,
this.
right? Like
That's insane.
it's a lot of money.
Is she still doing it?
No, so she's in a new art class this year. A little less money, a little closer to
What
us.
kind of art? Like macaroni plates? Like what are they
No,
doing?
they do different things. They do like paintings.
Is she like a
and
Picasso? Is she cutting off her ear? Like,
she's really good. She hasn't cut off her ear yet, but she's
but
really
like
good
what's
at art.
good?
I'll show you.
She didn't do this.
It's not
I
this.
thought you
I'm
meant
putting
the side.
something out.
Like she designed the
you
side?
have no imagination.
I don't, man. I'm.
Or this.
Wow.
Or what about this?
It's a schooner.
She's very good. That's one of her really great talents. I wanted to correct myself, by the way. Our episode that went up as audio and will now go up as video should be up by the time you're watching this. In that episode at the beginning, I was listening to it and I I implied or I transitioned from one conversation about Sunny to a conversation about like something else, but they seemed very connected, and it sounded like I was calling Sunny like I was calling her stupid.
Oh.
And it was just, but
I don't
later
even
in
know
the
if I
episode,
listened to that last episode.
yeah,
yet.
it was funny.
So
I'm like,
normally
oh,
watch
that was a bad transition. That sounded like I was talking directly about her.
Yeah. Did you play it for her?
No, of course not.
No, you should.
No, she doesn't listen to
You posted a
anything I do.
photo of her, and she looks so much older.
She's
she's
old,
like,
yeah.
it's crazy how much she's like grown up.
So crazy. She's
Like,
like
She's always looked like very Jamie. Like she looks more like
everyone
Jamie.
thinks she looks like me.
Yeah, I don't.
And Joey and Atlas look more like Jamie.
I think Atlas looks like you as a kid.
Maybe.
He is the exact same.
He has Jamie's mom's nose. It's like a little nose.
They
little
all
black
have
nose.
Jamie's mom's features. Is
Yeah.
Jamie's mom really their mom? Do you want to let it in everyone for
And we go viral.
That would fucking launch us.
What
How
would?
long are we at? What are we at right now?
58.
58 minutes. Wow.
Feeling good. Well,
That
I
feels
have
good.
more Am I the Assholes?
So we're coming up on our freaking 1 year of this podcast, which is astonishing because I did not think we were going to get this far. But 1 year into the Dad Collective might be not the next episode,
Might be
maybe the
enough.
one after.
That's it.
Maybe.
Or retiring?
Just so we got one brand deal, just get out of the fucking,
Yeah.
just end it on a high note. But we're going to put together a nice little episode for that. We've got
Is it going to
another-
be combined with our Halloween episode?
No,
Oh, because it has to be on the exact date?
no, Halloween was like episode 4.
I understand. I'm just saying, like, are we going to make our 1
No,
year
we're
anniversary
launching it
episode
on the date. It was October 3rd or whatever I told you it was.
I'm very busy.
Yeah, it's great. You're freaking.
What are we going to
getting
do
it
for
done.
it? Are we
We're
going to have
filming an episode.
I know,
We'll
but
just
what's going to make that
reminisce-
episode special?
Reminisce about our favorite times about the podcast.
No, you got to
we'll
give
think
people
of-
a reason to come back. What are you
Well,
going to
they're
get?
gonna have
Balloons,
to-
zebras,
yeah, we'll get
fucking
some
unicorns?
It'll be a clone.
Can we bring the babies on? Can we bring a kid on for that episode? As a big woo.
like Asher?
Ash, I don't know. I can bring Sonny or Joey.
We can bring. Yeah, we can do something.
Let's do something crazy.
Yeah, well,
Or
we'll
is it
actually
going to be like
talk
one of those
about it.
sellout episodes like The Simpsons where it's like just flashback? Maybe we should do a flashback,
flashback episode?
And what about when we said this?
Yeah, we'd have to go back. We did a throwback episode. It did extremely well, which was pretty freaking great. But
Yeah.
no, hopefully we'll have a couple more surprises for you that you can. We gotta get the merch going.
That's a big part of
People,
it.
we gotta get the merch going. But
No one wants the merch, I
yeah,
think.
one more time, ourlittletreasures.com. Yeah, if you are listening
Yeah.
on any of the audio platforms that we are speaking on, make sure you rate us 5 stars. Tell a friend about us. Share it. If you're driving, you had a long day with the kids, you want to unwind with two
cool dads. Two young dads.
Two young dads.
Two young dads.
We're the dads that can get you going. And if you're watching on the YouTube,
Title of my sex tape.
Jesus. If you're watching on the YouTubes, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe and the little bell so you know when we upload, because we're all over the fucking place these days. Leave a little comment.
Yeah.
Let us know. Have you done the solo parent thing? What do you think about the asshole comments? What do you think about us?
Are we the assholes?
Are we the assholes? Probably.
Yeah, I can see you being one. I'm pretty good.
I'm some pretty big assholes sometimes.
But not a liar.
But not a liar.
Never a liar.
Never a lying asshole. I'm just an asshole.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Paul.
And this has been another episode of
The Dad Collective Podcast.
You always got to
Asshole.
get that whisper track in there.
Yeah, I've got the raspy
Steve
voice.
Sabosley.
Yeah, no, it was that and Sony too. It was Hayden
No, what was the other guy's
Cornett.
name?
Hayden Neal,
And the other guy?
Dante.
Not Dante, the guy who actually produced it. Not produced it, engineered it.
I don't remember.
That was the guy that we were like connected to first.
I don't remember.
Good times.
Anyways, see ya.
Hit it.
Bam.
The Dad Collective, that's the show. With 2 young dads to let you know